First of all, I want to thank all of you because this is always a great turnout, but I just want to say mahalo to all of you because if it was not for your input, if it wasn't for your showing up at the County Council, I don't think we would have the good start that we do on the $1 million being set aside for the acquisition of Honolua Bay. So thank you. I'm really honored and excited this evening to have Mayor Tavares here because having served on the council with her and of course Councilmember Nishiki, you know, Wayne, what can I say? He's always been there for us, and Charmaine has tried very hard. It's not an easy job that she has balancing so many of the things in the community, but I know having worked with her and with her having been the former Parks Director, you will not find anyone that is more supportive of open space and recreational opportunities and surfing and saying, you know, all the right things because she really fought for parks. So I just welcome on behalf of all of the residents, not only of West Maui, but of all of Maui, I want to welcome you to our community. It's a great community and we just thank you so much for everything that you're trying to do, and it's not an easy job. Mayor Charmaine Tavares.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Councilmember Johnson, for the wonderful words. And it's all true. I was reminiscing a little bit before the meeting started with my former partner in crime over there, Wayne Nishiki. We sat next to each other in the council, and we really had a good time, right? We did have a good time in those days. And what I love about this guy is you fight the fight, and then when the fight's over, no matter which side you were on, next. You go on to the next thing. And, you know, it's rare to find people who don't hold grudges about stuff. Because a lot of people come with baggage and they leave with baggage. And they can't let certain things go. And I believe that that is so counterproductive because you are so involved with yourself and the fact that you lost or you won. So either way, you know, you get full of yourself. And I think what we as public service providers, I don't call us public servants because we're not servants. Servants are like, no, we're in service, and that's what we're here for. And I thank God that I had the opportunity to serve on the council because in that council terms, I learned a lot about the issues throughout the community. When I was serving as the Parks Director for those 7 years, my focus was just on parks mostly, and got to learn parks really well. But then when I got onto the council, then there's a whole bunch of other things that you have to be concerned with. And it was a great experience for me, and I feel like I've learned and learned and learned, and now I can put some of that learning and experience to work for all of you. Regarding Honolua Bay and where we all are going with it, I can echo what Ms. Johnson was saying is that if it weren't for you folks coming out as strong as you did during the council deliberations on the budget, that appropriation might have just gotten lost or gone away. But now the appropriation is there, things are moving in the right direction, but you have to stay vigilant. You must keep up the fight. You can't just say, okay, we got 1 million, so now we're done. It's not done. It's never over till it's over. And when they say when the fat lady sings, and I haven't started singing yet, so gotta hang in there a little longer. I am pleased to see such a great turnout, and I've heard your meetings have been really well attended. And you know, to come out week after week after week takes a lot of commitment. And I really applaud all of you for sticking to the cause, because you've got to stick to the cause. You can't let up. And if you let up or you show a little chink in your armor, then things start to deteriorate, and we don't want that to happen. This area is so valuable to all of us and more valuable to some of us. I'm not a surfer, but I love the ocean, and I love the beauty of Honolua Bay. I mean, I did surf once in my life, but you know, I had to go to where the waves were 2 inches, and that was about it. That's all I could handle. But because it is such a valuable resource for all of us here, and for the future generations, as you folks are pointing out, if we don't do these things now, the future generations are going to have much, much less. They will never know what the joy is to go to an area and just feel so close to nature, to feel so close to the ocean and all of its inhabitants. If we keep, walling things off or blocking things off, we may have remembered it from when we were small kid time or Hanabata days, but what does the next generation feel? They're not going to have that experience. So it's up to us to do what we can to preserve it for the next generation. And you have my commitment to work with the council on preserving Honolua Bay and Lipoa Point. And even before that came up, at the council, Maui Land and Pine people and I had already been meeting about it, because I hadn't heard what their plans were until some of this came to light, and then I started digging into what it was they were trying to do, and started meeting with them. And I believe that it can be turned around, and that we can get a great amount of land preserved for the future, as well as the bay. And I feel positive about that right now, and I will stay positive until something happens that makes me turn negative. But I'm positive right now, and I ask you folks to also be positive. I think one of the things working in our favor is the fact that the council and the mayor and the mayor's administration work together on this. And this is sort of a new concept, having the mayor and the council work together. It's a wonderful feeling to be in the leadership position as mayor, but the wonderful feeling is because I know that I can go to the council individually and as a body and work together on something. That is the greatest feeling in the world. It's not an us against them thing. So I think we have a real great advantage, and the fact that we work together and can work with the community, that makes us invincible. That's how I feel. So we're going to do it. We are going to do it. I know that we're going to be needing probably some other help with funding for land acquisition. I mean, $1 million is a great start, but it's not going to be quite enough, I'm sure, by the time we get done with this. But we've already have some people already talking with the state legislators, and they're very interested in participating with us. So we also have a good relationship with the state legislators, and especially with our Maui delegation, and a lot of them are on the important money committee, so that really helps us. So with Senator Baker in there, and Bob Nakasone in the House, Joe Bertram, Angus McKelvey, we've got some great people representing us on Maui, so I think we'll get their ear, and we'll see some movement toward participation by the state in this project. So I'm hoping